So throughout my career, I have been working with small and medium-sized companies in China, in the Netherlands, and mostly in Vietnam. Also, how to say, so my experience is not like I rise in one organization on the way to the top, but I have this privilege of working with leaders, and not only in Vietnam, but also in other countries, and also within Vietnam. The leaders that I work with, they're also like from different countries, nationalities. So it has to come a bit with the generation, right? If you're talking about the leaders who are now in their 50 or 60, these are the people who were born before the war. Yeah. And they inherit the leadership traits from that time, which is very difficult. So it requires a lot of resilience. They're very like hierarchical because it is an inheritance from the old times before the war. A lot of them come from state-owned environment before they actually establish their own companies, or they build that state-owned company to become a big company and become a joint stock or a joint venture, etc. Yeah. So if we talk about the people in this age range, born in the 60s or 70s, then they are the hardworking one. They are the one who everything has to be structured and hierarchy and everything. And especially if they are still in a state-owned environment, then that is the trait. So they don't speak very good English, so they rely on the next generation, their left in their hand, to actually support them. I think in Vietnam we're quite entrepreneurial because everything has to be learned after the war. So you don't inherit anything from your parents because they were in the war. They didn't have this opportunity to teach you a lot. So what they learn from seeing and doing, or doing and learning by mistakes. So if you come into Vietnam and you think we are not professional, it's also because we're very entrepreneurial. Like we just go and do it. So let's say the use of consultancy is not common. Only MNC use consultancy. You pay for consultant to come in and give you advice. Or very big Vietnamese owned company, like the bank system owned by the Vietnamese government and then led by Vietnamese leaders. They would have consultants to come and help them. But for the rest, we just figure it out ourselves. So this is a very interesting question because the word empathy we don't use. In our common conversation, we don't talk about empathy. And have an act of sympathy, like if somebody is not doing their job, they're saying this because I have to go take care of my family, we have some personal family business, then we have sympathy for them, which means we accept that this is an excuse, but we don't necessarily have empathy for that person, whether he has to take care of his family or he's very sick or something. We just accept the excuse, and I think that is something different, the way we practice it in the workplace, because we don't actually discuss our feelings in front of each other this way. We do gossip a lot, but gossip is not about having empathy either. Very different. This is a male dominated country, so the leaders that I talked about, the leaders I said from who was born before the war, a lot of them are men. Yeah. If you have women, we are in supporting role. And then you come to the group of leaders who was born 70 after the 70 or mid 70 after the war. Then it's become more like 40%, 60%.